Yeah, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Here is around evening. So it's Nelson, and niko na some few things I'd like to say regarding the status quo ya vitu, of what I've seen, and what I think can be done better. In the past few weeks, we have had demonstrations where the young people have come out and have talked about certain issues. And the way the government has handled it, I think it's not effective, for lack of a better word, was not appropriate. So what I'm thinking is that I think as much as right now there's an outrage that is there within the youths and the public regarding the current regime, and I think there might be a chance of them redeeming themselves if they get to listen to what actually the young people are saying. And the young people, what we need to remember is that the young people are not crazy when they are coming out the streets and they are talk about the issues that they have. As much as there's those policies that they're trying to introduce to stop or reduce the demos that have been there, but that is not solving the issue. The issue the government needed to have responded even from the first demos that happened last year. The reshuffle, yes, that our president Ruto had, Mr. President Ruto did, was somewhat necessary, but it's still not. It brought the picture that is of nationalism as much as other people debate otherwise. But that was not the only change that was there that was necessary. For me personally, I don't care who gets to govern the country, as long as there's a condition that I have. I don't care who gets to govern. That is in regards to the tribe, but in regards to merit, that is something that I really look keenly at. So one is what I think Mr. President will have done is that we will have, even if it was reshuffling the cabinet, we will have replaced them with the more merit-based kind of individuals who will have run the government ministries effectively to ensure the delivery of services in each and every sector was done. Now, what are the young people raising, just to raise it fluently or comprehensively, is that one, the major issue that you see is there's the issue of unemployment. There's a major issue that needs to be addressed. That is, the government should be able to invest heavily in technology and industries to be able to increase the capacity for absorption of demand for the people to get to work. If we have companies within Kenya that are doing production of both low and high-end products and exporting them to other nations, then now we'll be able to generate enough revenue, be able to employ as many people within the youth badge that we have, as we've seen what been trending lately for our president, that is the former president, that is Uhuru Kenyatta. The other thing is regarding now, other than unemployment, which is the major issue that can be solved through industrialization, investing in industrialization, technology, and also providing opportunities, creating an opportunity that is providing an economic environment, a fairly good enough economic environment for other industries that might want to get into Kenya to thrive, and also for the young people to be able to build their own companies and do all that. If you look, for instance, for you to just start up your companies, there's a lot of levies. I'm not saying the levies are bad, but there needs to be like subsidies when it comes to levies, when it comes to introduction of industries, when it comes to registration processes. It should be something that should be streamlined, should be smooth, and allow the young people to develop industries, develop companies. And through entrepreneurship, I believe is that many individuals should be able to create companies, even employ other people. So directly or indirectly, the government should be able to look for ways of creating an economic powerhouse within Kenya. Being that is also situated, if you look at Kenya, is also situated in a very nice or strategic position in the East and Central Africa, and even in Africa generally, we can get to build products. As we've seen, there's a good examples of countries like Burkina Faso. You can see the way Ibrahim Traore has really come up with strategies building companies developing companies, developing industries that absorb even the labor force that is for women and even young people to be able to absorb, to get jobs and build their own country. That is one thing that Kenya Kwanza should have really focused on. The second thing is now healthcare. When it comes to healthcare, is also a major issue. We don't have security. If you go to countries, there are countries that you actually have like good healthcare systems. So the government should invest heavily in providing cheap or affordable, let's say affordable, but quality healthcare. If you find that as a country, you'll find that still our leaders are going outside whenever they have a major issue in terms of health, they have to move to other countries to be able to resolve their issues that is in regards to health. Then it means that they should see that as a sign that they are not yet there in regards to the benefit that is in regards to healthcare that they should be providing. So the government should also be able to put, because as much as they might say they're in a tight budget, but there needs to be priority when it comes to healthcare. When you have, we used to have Linda Mama, we used to have like a lot of health coverages, like even the NHIF, rather than transitioning NHIF to SHA and SHIF. As much as that is already done, is a done deal, but they should have focus or put their resources in more or less reinforcing the existing healthcare infrastructures, building more hospitals, hiring more doctors. You can find that there are many doctors who are completing school, but they are not yet gaining employment. So through the government hiring and the building capacity for the existing hospitals, you can have that we are solving the issues also of healthcare, which is also, because for the most part, you find that for an average Kenyan, if they get to have this degenerative diseases, or the diseases that are normally derailing in terms of finances, they have to sell all their properties to get to afford these services. But you find that with the muscle that the government has in terms of the scale, in terms of the scale that they have, in terms of the amount of taxation they already collect, in terms of the existing budget that they have, they can prioritize and build hospitals and capacity building for those hospitals. So that's also something that is really of essence that should also be addressed. There's also the issue of education. Education is something that is really of essence. Is what is termed as the equalizer that is between the person that is coming from a very poor background. It has been that way, that it has been the key to success. And right now we have been kind of robbed off of that key. And that is also something that the government should also be able to address. And through provision of enough financing, there's an existing debate on why the government gives out bursaries and they are the ones who still provide the essential services in terms of education. So there's no need for having to get, it's more or less like you're paying yourself in essence. For services like education, I think the government should be able to fully finance them. If you go to countries like countries just within Africa, like Botswana, you'll find that they are able to provide quality education. People actually, if you go to, like, there's a review that I saw by one that is Wodemaya regarding the review on services within Botswana. It's actually like really encouraging. And if you also look at even what Burkina Faso is fighting for, that is Ibrahim Traore, he's also been talking about providing education. And even the last time I saw there were talks with Putin, that is the president of Russia, on how to build capacity in terms of the youth that is within Burkina Faso. We can borrow such examples, and these are things that are within the scope that the Mr. President can actually get to do. That's in terms of education. There's also an aspect of infrastructure. I'd like to finish off or get to have infrastructure like the kind of last thing that maybe are necessary. You also find that urbanization and infrastructure is also very important when it comes to attracting investors and economic empowerment. So if you have good infrastructure within an area, you find that even the land rates will get to develop. If you're developing like schools within an area or universities, you're building the capacity in terms of education. What I was talking about previously, or the latter that I was talking about in terms of education, build the capacity of education, that is, create more better institutions, create state-of-art facilities in terms of that is investigation and research of the best practices in regards to various technological aspects. It comes to production, it comes to machinery. All that still can be stemmed from within education and infrastructure that can greatly contribute. The other thing that also is of essence is food production and food security. That's also something that you can see that many Kenyans have been complaining that, hey, we are having a hard time affording the current state of products that are in existence that are being produced, which you find that for the most part, some of the products that we get are actually imported. For the most part, we import even the basic or the staple food that we have within our country. So that's also something that should be a challenge. There have been efforts within the existing government to be able to build capacity in terms of providing fertilizers and all that, but still we need to have more reasonable efforts that are coming in when it comes to developing the capacity of developing the state-of-art facilities in terms of food and infrastructure in terms of food. So all this comes into play when it comes to taking the country. Sorry about that. When it comes to taking a country from one level to another. So once I believe that these are the issues that the young people are raising that are not being addressed, the blame game that is going on will not get to help if you keep throwing on tags to, let's say, the opposition keeps throwing tags to the government. It now become a whole cycle back and forth. And there's nothing that is getting to be achieved at the end of the day. But if we really focused on the nitty-gritties, on the issues that actually affect Kenyans that need to be addressed, then now I think the young people the unrest that you're seeing, the protest can reduce. Because I don't want to demonize the existing government. I think they still have a chance, as much as the young people are determined to remove them from office or to remove them from power, that is by 2027. But I think that the young people are also reasonable. If they change their ways of doing things in regards to the issues that are mentioned, in regards to healthcare, in regards to education, in regards to unemployment and resolving the issues of unemployment and building industry and all that, in regards to infrastructure and provision of fair economic environment for developing as a young person, then they'll be able to change their minds. They definitely change their minds. And possibly they can even, if you have a 180 degrees turn on the way you do your things, I believe that anyone can be convinced, even the young people, they will be convinced that now he has tried his best to change his ways. He has hired competent and on merit the people that can get to deliver on services that can get to facilitate the whole economy to be a better stay, or the country to be a place to stay. Because I don't believe that the young people want to destroy this country. They just want a better future. And if you give them that chance to be able to develop, come out and also involve them, also the aspect of involvement, get to involve them, understand what these people want. There's also another aspect of the digital economy that is also coming up in doing things like content creation. What is the government doing to facilitate, leave alone the taxation, to facilitate? I think normally the government gets all play wrong. That I think that once you get to facilitate someone to get to be able to develop more revenue from whatever they are doing, even the taxation bit becomes a bit easier to undertake. But if you don't provide me with any methods of gain access to income, then it becomes a challenge even when it comes to paying the taxes. Because now it's a hurdle even for me to get to produce content, get to provide that content out there, get to circulate this content. If such an environment is there that gets to promote content creators, links them up with opportunities, with industry experts, with all that, then we can get to have a formidable country. We can have an economy where the youth get to work and they contribute actively to the existing economy. If you look at countries like China, you'll find that they had a whole 100-degree turn by investing in their people. They invested in the skilling of their people. They invested in their technology, and that's what is putting them up there. That's why they have good credibility. They can even get to ask for loans for even good amounts, and even get to reloan other countries because they have developed their capacity. They have taken their time and they have developed their capacity. So this is my advice to the existing regime, that is from any diverse positions of leadership, from the MCAs, from the MPs, from the gubernatorial seats, to the senators, and even to the president, that and even women rep, that they need to advocate. They need to. This generation is not a sleeping generation. We understand there's an issue of corruption, but you need to look for ways of solving the issues that are at hand, the issues that actually people are crying out for daily. You know them. The issue of making changes to the constitution. That one is a temporary issue. Yes, you can get to. Is more or less is something that is more or less you are solving a major problem by looking for a shortcut around it. Yes, you can get to have no unrest within the streets, but that pressure will continuously build up. It's like a pressure cooker. The pressure will continuously build up, and now you'll have many more people getting out of the state. Even if you abduct them, even if there's abductions that are being proclaimed that are state abductions allegedly, but even if that is the case, it is difficult for you to get to abduct. It's a whole lot of work. You're putting all security detail in work to be able to do all these things, and it also creates an environment that is not fair even to investors. So for the best thing to do is that the government should focus on policies that actually address the issues that the young people are raising. Then inevitably, the issues of even security concerns will be reduced, and we'll have a fairly good country that we can be proud of, because we don't want to ban this country as it stands. We want this country to be a better Kenya for everyone, for the politicians, for the youths, for the women, and for everyone that is within this country. So that's my take regarding today on the subject matters, that is the demonstrations that we have seen, and what can be done. What can government do? Because I think they are frustrated, even from the same setting that when you see that they are running out laws and all that, I think they are frustrated because they don't know what to tell these young people. But I think their issues are fairly clear, the issues that I've mentioned, and if those issues are addressed, you'll find that the country will be at a better trajectory. The terms between the young people and also the government will also be fairly well. And even there are a lot of modification in terms of law will not be necessary. So the policies that champion for the development of the country, that's what the young people are speaking for, in terms of healthcare, in terms of education, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of solving the issues of unemployment. Once all these issues have been resolved, we will not have demonstration because people will be busy at work building the nation. So that's my take, and hopefully it gets to contribute some good insights to you who is out there as a leader, because I believe everyone is a leader within their own same setting. You can be a leader within maybe music production. You can be a leader as a teacher. You can be a leader within each and every industry. Whichever thing that you're doing, whether blue collar or white collar, hata kama unafanya kazi ya from any kind of jobs, because I believe that any provision of any essential service is necessary, whether you're a doctor, you're a teacher, or you're just doing your hustle out there, you're doing your business and you're contributing through doing business and also getting to pay taxes in one way or another. You are going to build this nation in a better state. So, but the leaders should be at the forefront to be able to steer ahead the development in critical things, critical infrastructures that people need let's not throw blames here and there. The opposition, the government, the opposition, the government. That play is a long done play. We should not be able to play that. We are able to foresee through that. We want accountability. We want effectiveness. We want efficiency in terms of delivery of services within the government. So once all that are done, I think we'll be at a good stage. And even the demos will inevitably, we don't even need more or less, like you'll have even a challenge of having even an opposition, because things are going as they should. But if you keep ignoring the needs of young people, you'll find that all the Gen Zs and the millennials and the young people that are coming out on the streets, you'll find that now you're just making it hard for yourself. Just listen to what they're saying. Listen to what they're talking about, the issues that they're raising. And you'll find that you can be able to run an effective government. So that's my queries for today. Hopefully it gets to contribute. Hopefully it gets to reach some ears out there. And they can get to change 1 or 2, 3 things that can be able to contribute better in terms of in whichever area of your setting, that is in whatever you're doing. Yeah, and also for the leaders also, because we also saw the infiltration that was happening with the goons and all that. That should be discouraged. It's not ideally reasonable. When you're having demonstrations, I think if even if you have disagreements with young people, if you make a statement even before you normally have the intelligence, tomorrow we are going to have demonstrations, or the young people are going to have demonstrations. So when you once have that intelligence, you know what they want, you can get to list them down. What do these people really need, and get to address them before these demos are there, rather than getting people and hiring like goons and all that, which is not necessary. It's something that is, if the government works its ways around the effective methods of doing things, then I think that ideally we'll have a good standing. For me, really, in regards to my candidature right now, the candidature for the presidency, I think the person that I see that is best fit is Matiang'i. I think the combination of Matiang'i, Maraga, or Matiang'i, maybe Rijiji get to deputize, something like that. But I think Matiang'i, during my time of studies, that is back in 2017, I started during Matiang'i's time, and I think he's an effective leader. He gets to ensure that systems run efficiently and accountably. He gets to account also for the things that is openly. So that's what I can get to say regarding leadership, and that's it for this week, what I can get to contribute, because I believe that we all have a social responsibility to contribute to the well-being of your nation and to the betterment of the country. So that's it for me, and I hope you have a good week, and hope we get to have developments and a better state as we go on forwards. Yeah, so thank you. Hopefully this gets to reach a good ear out there, and you can get to change a perspective of 1 or 2 people, 2, 3 people, 2, 3 leaders out there, and can get to change the way they reason, and they can get to make an effective change. Yeah, so thank you, and see you again in another episode. Hopefully you get to subscribe, like and subscribe, and also get to comment also your ideas or what's your take regarding what you've been talking about. Yeah, so hopefully you get to have a good week, and have a nice time.